It's Cam Newton going up against Jameis Winston. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are at a site that's played host to 2 Super Bowls, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Just a minute ago, it was Jameis Winston leading his Buccaneers out of the tunnel. They're on their feet here in Tampa as the Bucs get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Tampa Bay's offense coming onto the field and being piloted by Jameis Winston. There's Jameis, and last year in 2017, highest QB rating of his 3-year career, highest passing yards per game. But the Bucs, they were 3-10 in his 13 starts.
Yeah, it just didn't translate. Had to battle through some injuries as well. Still a major issue for him. Inopportune turnovers. His ability to take care of the football is what's going to fuel their rebirth and their rise if they're able to make a bounce back in 2018.
And a catch right side by Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And that's the first connection, the #1 overall pick in 2015, finding the #7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Winston now to throw on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
Second down following the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Again, it's Winston. He finds Humphreys. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. A first down throw for Winston. Evans has it left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 48 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Carolina Panthers coming off the loss in the playoffs to the New Orleans Saints. Cam Newton will be leading them here. Really, it was the Saints that were Cam's nemesis the entire year, not just in the playoffs. They lost twice to him in the regular season, so swept 3 games this year, and that ultimately knocked them out of contention.
And that was a big storyline going into it. Can a team in the NFL truly beat someone 3 times because it's such a balanced league and it's so close? Well, the Saints answered that question and got it done, but it doesn't happen often, right? Because teams who had been swept during the regular season, they were 13-7 when playing someone for a 3rd time. Now it's 14-7 after the Saints won that wild card game, but still an excellent year, I thought, for the Carolina Panthers.
And once again, we get a look at the Panthers offense. They come back out onto the field, and what I'm curious to ask you is, as we look forward to 2018, what are they going to need to change? Is it out wide? Is it on the offensive line to make this offense even better?
Well, I would say yes to both of those, and I'm going to stay on the offensive side of the football. Continue to get reinforcements on the offensive line. See if Ryan Khalil, their center, who's been a 5-time Pro Bowler, see if he'll need a little bit of help. See, battled some injuries during the season. I think another full-time running back, because they may have to supplement in that area, but definitely speed at the wide receiver position. They just don't have guys who can run and stretch a defense. That puts a lot of pressure on their running game, which the Panthers want to do first, and still finish 4th in the league in running the football.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Getting all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. How did he stay on his feet? For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game, because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Throw it long, it can be a big play. You throw it short, it can be a big play for Deshaun Jackson. Yards after catch, always a big part of his game.
Talking about speed, only Tyreek Hill was measured with a faster play last year than Deshaun Jackson, who hit 22.6 miles per hour on a touchdown versus the Cardinals in Week 13. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first quarter. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. This is Stewart again. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshall Lattimore on defense.
Now Stewart on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
He hits Stewart in the flat. And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Set to take over is Tampa Bay's offense. This is a Tampa Bay team, Charles, that in 2017, really, a lot of people's darlings coming into the year, and then they wound up being the only team in the NFC South not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and part of it, only 27th in the league in rushing. And they thought they had a #1 running back in Doug Martin, who did not have a big year again in 2017. And last in the league in overall defense. So when you put that combo together, it makes it hard to win the games you need to win, especially in a tough division like the NFC South.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Fresh set of downs here. Jameis to throw it. Flush to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down, Winston. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Addison in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners, they gave up a lot of big plays.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Heading back on the field is Jonathan Stewart. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And then you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Newton gives off to Stewart. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Newton. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's...
Time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal.
But it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work.
So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On third down, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. He got 29 yards that time. Jameis now on first down. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First down, Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal. Jameis again. And he's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. To the air again with Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Folk out there now to kick this one off. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Newton on first down. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first and 10, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. To the air again, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And as we rejoin the action in quarter number 2. On first down, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And for how much Cam handles the football. He really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there. And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game, he's fundamentally sound when he carries the football. Whether he's in the pocket or actually running it, he usually does a great job of taking care of it. He'll have to shake that one off. Now Jameis on second down. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Buccaneers are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The Panthers just need to figure out a way to bounce back. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. For the second half, let's get cross-state to Tampa as we check back in with Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now a play fake here on first down. He hits Stewart in the flat, and he'll be knocked down sideways. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
Yeah, sure consistent. The numbers the last couple of years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw on second down is Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's brought down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to dive...
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Julius Peppers in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. The pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays. Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Third and long for Winston. And this is caught by Jackson. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play for the Bucs there on third down. And even 40 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Bucs on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
Panthers offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A shotgun snap for Newton. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Completes it to Dixon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Buccaneers have it. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
2nd down, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
If they got you the football, gave you a great opportunity, you got to cash in and get some points.
Well, he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. So now fourth down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start. Offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Cam's going to run the option right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 3rd down, Newton and Olsen. And 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, Exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart, and it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does?
And a loose football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
What a game. This defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
After reviewing the play,
Graham
moving on the field stands.
No, on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Ready. Blue ready.
Here's Winston. Buying time to his left. And Winston lost the football.
plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. And quickly, they get to the line. Now a second down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd and short.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. Powers through him. And now running right through it. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right side caught by Jackson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocked. It through the goalpost, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And the tight end Dixon left side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board. But kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a yard that time, second and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And now it's second and goal. Now they'll run on the draw. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Winston here to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Let's go now.
First down, Winston. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the fourth quarter. Folk out there now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it. Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, Didn't really matter. The scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.